All right, good morning, guys. Quick question, does anyone's CTRV chart go back beyond this? Because it's showing on TOS that the all-time high is 868. I have a feeling that's not correct. Does that, anyone have a verification on that? Yeah, I kind of figured. Anyone know what the real all-time high is on CTRV? I'll check on DAS. Okay, I see it now. Gotta use the DAS chart. You gotta go 930, and then you got basically like 13, mid 13s, 14, 15, 70, 16, 17, 18, all the way up to 21. Kind of a funky chart. All right, well, CTRV is really only play 950. Looks like there's a gap fill, and that's already past that. So beyond that, basically like 15 bucks. All right, well, let's see. It's making higher highs here pre-market. So unlike some of the other stocks, which kind of faded, this one looks kind of strong. So let's see. All right, let's go. 13 bucks. So you get a washout long on this. The 1250 ideal. Didn't get filled there. Filled a couple at 13. CTRV filled 13. Sold some there. Not liking that stall. Not liking that wick back. It's not bounced here. I'm probably going to bail the rest. Had a chance to sell, didn't get filled. I got to dump the rest here for a loss. Dump the rest here for a loss. Got 1,000 shares left that didn't fill. Looks like a turd. So still got 1,000 shares that didn't fill. I got back in a couple of, man, fills are really tough on this thing. Very tough fills. There we go. Sold the rest, so end up with a loss of 1,500 bucks total. I just don't like the stall here. I got shorts, so I can go short. Let's see. Didn't like that stall there. Couldn't hold on. I really wanted that first pop to 14. Now it's doing it. Delayed rip. All right, let's see. All right. Man, the fills are awful on this thing. Huh. Liquidity doesn't seem to be that great. All right, shorted a couple here. Looks like it's stalling out. Let's see. A little risky here, but looking like it might stall out. If not, I'm just going to bail it. Props here, might just bail it here. 14 stall. That looks like a prop maybe. All right, looks like it might rip. Another funky stock, kind of weird. All right. $14 stall again. All right, gonna bail it. Bail the short there for a loss. Fills are really bad on this thing. Kind of a tough read here at the moment. Now there's a prop. It's not ripping. Wow. Okay, just gotta fill a couple short. All over the place, man, this thing. Careful out there. Dangerous on both sides, it seems. Scalps only, I would say, for the most part on this stock. I'm still short here at the moment. Fills are really bad, though. That's the kicker. It was a prop job and then it just dropped $1. Wow. Holy smokes. Covered some there. 13. Jeez Louise. It takes like 5 orders to get out, man. This is terrible. I'm telling you, fills are really bad. Careful, guys. Getting filled, this is like a serious challenge. All right, I'm all out, guys. I recovered all my losses. So I'm up $1,600 in this entire shit show going on here with the crappy fills and the wacky action so far. I'm going to reduce size here just to protect myself because the fills are not good. I'm telling you, the fills are not good. CTRV. Normally I want to long this because this just dropped $2, but it just seems kind of sketchy, so I'm just going to reduce size here. Normally I also wouldn't be shorting front side, but that stall was kind of weird. So far up 1,600 bucks. Took a loss on the long, made some back on the long, and then went short, took the loss on the short, and then made some back on the short. So 2 wins and 2 losses. Now kind of just stalling out. Nice secondary short on RWLK. If you guys took that one, that one's probably easier to trade than CTRV. WKHS is popping as well. CTRV looking like it's acting kind of heavy. Should be bouncing off of this level. This is pre-market highs. It's kind of struggling a little bit, not getting that instant bounce. So I'm getting the sense that now the volume is decreasing here on CTRV on this candle 939, only trading 56,000 shares. The second to the last candle, 269,000 shares after opening with this candle of 731,000 shares. We might be approaching fake liquidity time. Kind of sad, only 9 minutes in, but did note that the fills were pretty crappy even at the open. So yeah, downsized here. It should be bouncing here. CTRV attempting a bounce. If it doesn't bounce here, I think it's probably going to go down because it's acting way too heavy. It should be bouncing very violently on a pre-market high defend. It's barely bouncing like 50 cents, not even $1. Let's just see though. Give it a second. See if it turns into a short trap, and then the volume will return. On the short side, the fills are already tough. Now you got to add SSR. Look at that. It's kind of stalling out, man. We'll see though. 13 is obviously the pre-market highs. Key support of the moment. Let's see if it holds. If it doesn't, I think it's going to free fall down to mid-10s, which is the next support below 1060. The volume drop off though, man. RWOK, SSR on. Everything has SSR on. I just love to do that nowadays. So just sitting on my hands at the moment, not really seeing anything worth taking. We talked about this yesterday, man. When you got a low float stock like CTRV, which is supposedly like less than 1 million float, and it's kind of behaving kind of oddly like this, like it's not bouncing, it's not ripping, it's not bidding up, giving us an easy long play. Something's off. Something seems a little bit off here. It's kind of weird. They're still pinning it here at $13. What are they going to do? You going to dump it or are you going to squeeze everyone? WKHS is popping a little bit. Not really much for me to be interested in. It's only popping like 10 cents, 5 cents. All right, here comes CTRV. Let's do it. Chat guy chasing CTRV. Here we go. 14.9 halt levels on CTRV. 14.9. Let's see if it triggers it. There we go. Now we get over 15.15, which is the high of day. Obviously, you might have a chance at another long, but I did not trust the long the first time around, so I probably won't oversize. There we go. CTRV is halted. So those of you guys that are wondering about fake liquidity, I feel like there's definitely a lot of fake liquidity on CTRV because they definitely had to stall it out there at 13 to trap some shorts to pop the stock. They probably did not have enough organic volume to rip it. So they had to just stall it out, trap some shorts, get people to slam 13 and then squeeze them to fuel this move, it seems like. Once you see that volume drop off below 200,000, I kind of suspected they had to probably trap it to fuel the move higher. So there definitely is a lot of fake liquidity on this probably here. Yeah, daytrader nailing that long there off pre-market highs, man. That's balls though, man. Seriously, I mean, it looked like it might have dumped, so I couldn't pull the trigger. See, an organic stock would probably bounce instantly off of a pre-market high death drop of $2 like that, you know, and it kind of stalled out, and that made me think that it might just rug pull it. So once I started sensing that the fills were crap, plus the volume decreasing, plus that weird stall at pre-market highs, I knew that the fake liquidity game was on this one. Just click A if, I don't know what happened there. Just click A if you guys get that. Oh, I know why, because I forgot the quote. 1 second. 1 second. My bad. There we go. Just make sure we're all on the same page here. The fake liquidity on CTRV. I know for a fact there's fake liquidity because I was trying to get filled like 5,000 shares and I was filling like 1,500, 2,000, and then every single time I had tried to get out, it took me like 5 orders. So I'm 100% sure there's fake liquidity on this from experience, personal experience. But if you do not trade CTRV, a way to spot this, I'm going to go over this during the webinar. It's very important because we're in summer, fake liquidity season galore. We're going to talk about it during webinar 3, which again is going to be this Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So be there or be square. We're going to talk about afternoon setups, fake liquidity, avoiding shenanigans, the works. But a quick lesson, because we have a live example here on CTRV. Man, when the stock dropped $2 off pre-market highs, it should have bounced viciously right away. Instead, they stalled it. They stalled it out, and I know exactly why they did that. It's because they needed to trap shorts to fuel this move. That's all it really is. If the stock had enough organic shorts trapped, real volume, they wouldn't need to do that. It would just rip. It would just bounce and just rip. Every single time I was long, it wouldn't bounce right away. It would just stall out and delay bounce like a couple of minutes later, which is not typical of a stock that's squeezing up like this. And the volume dropped off as well, dropping below 200,000 shares per candle. That's not enough. They gotta trap some people, collect some volume, trap some shorts, and then squeeze it. So it looks like most of you guys understood the fake liquidity. See, and asking, what do you mean by fake liquidity? So I was just trying to explain it there. And it's just basically when there's not enough organic volume, they got to create some artificial volume to sell into. So let's see if they sell into this. Resumption here should be in 10 seconds. Let's see if they sell into this, or if they decide to let this rip to 20. Let's see. All right, so I shorted a couple. Let me see if they rip this or they just wick it back. I only shorted a couple shares. Let's just see. Hold levels at 16. Let's see. Boom. Nailed it. Nailed that short for a quick $1 a share right there. Bam. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's how you do it. I kind of sensed that they would probably pop it up just to drop it. That was my theory there. They would just pop it up, drop it on the fake liquidity. Quick scalp there, short of that 15.20, covered it there officially around 14.30. So I got 90 cents off of it. No crazy size, because obviously it was making new highs. It was risky. But, got a nice win there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Seriously. Fake liquidity 101, guys. See, a normal stock making new highs like that should have kept going, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Fake liquidity 101, guys. If you guys don't understand fake liquidity, let me know. Seriously, this is a perfect live textbook example. Textbook, guys. How do you know that? The volume dropped below that 200,000 per 3-minute candle, below the criteria. Think about it. Put yourselves in the shoes of the manipulator, guys. I always talk about trading. It's a game about thinking about what the other side of the trade is doing. Always thinking about what the other side of the trade is doing. So what are the manipulators doing? What are the manipulators doing? If you're a manipulator and you see there's not enough volume, what do you need to do? You gotta trap some people so you can dump into them. You gotta bait them in the slamming lows, get them to chase it, get some longs to chase the top two while you're at it, and then just dump it into them. That's it. Fake liquidity 101, guys. You guys know me. I love to go long, man. Normally I would go long setup, but I was like, man, there's something not right about this, man. Something not right. The volume was too low. Stock was not ripping uncontrollably. You guys know what BPTH is like, and this is no BPTH. BPTH was just absolute mayhem. Short seller destruction. It was just ripping uncontrollably. This one, it wouldn't rip uncontrollably. It would just rip, stall out, and then boom, you get the dump. And SSR is on too. It should have been taken off to the races, honestly, and it wasn't doing that. So hopefully you guys got that quick lesson there, fake liquidity and what happens. Hopefully nobody got hurt chasing that long. Now let's see what happens. Now we have a resistance, clear resistance here in the 15s. All right, so resumption should be in about 2 minutes on CTRV. Now it'll be a short on pops against 15. Not sure if I trust the long against 13. Small size, of course, with the volume still low again. RW, okay, nice fade. Probably would not have traded it though. The locates are way too expensive. I shall resume here in about a minute. CTRV. All right, let's see. We're going to resume here in about 10 seconds. 10 seconds resumption on CTRV. So basically in a range between 13 and 15. $2 range, give or take. There we go. It's dropping down to 12s. Looking for a short on pops if we get some. Downside holds 11.79. Let's see. It's cracking it. Trying to. Bouncing back a little bit. Looks like it might be toast here. So it looks like we may confirm the downside short bias here if it halts. Okay, looks like a fake halt. Let's get a bounce going. There's a brick wall there at 12. Brick wall 12. You guys saw that. Brick wall 12. Yeah, I love them brick walls. Hidden seller showing up. See if he moves. Brick wall still at 12. All right, 12 moved. Watch the bounce toward the mid 12s. 13 pop would be nice to re-hit. Short on this. SSR is on. They definitely can play some games. Let's get that pop going though. Small size, of course, like I said, this thing is just not clean. Tough fills, fake liquidity. And it's not even giving a good bounce. Yeah, try to fill a couple on that pop to 70. Couldn't get any. See if we can get a better pop though. Yeah, the fills are awful on this one, man. Entry and exit. Trying to even fill like 500 or 1,000 shares is a challenge. Yeah, I filled like 400 shares in that pop. So I filled 400 shares at like 12.50. So you got to watch below 12. Again, you kind of see how they're just pinning it down, not really letting it rip with a clean bounce. Low, very low volume now. We expect a nice bounce to reshort with good liquidity, but not on this one. So you gotta stay small, unfortunately here. So you get 12 wash, probably just gonna take it here. Boom. See you next time. Thanks for playing. Covering it there on that low 11 wash from 1240. Bam. Just, man, the reads on this one today, man. A lot of games on this one, but I think I figured this one out, man. Mess with me enough time, I think I'll figure it out. Nailed it. Nailed it. Hopefully you guys saw the same thing I saw, man. Small size, man. I'm up 3,600 bucks now. Only did 400 shares. Small size really adding up because you're able to make like $1 a share on these moves. You're gonna keep shorting the pop. The next support down is like 850 below this 1060 area. Now you gotta watch the halts though. I really do not want to get stuck in any halts. So I took it off there on the 11. So the 1083 is the halt level right now. So CTRV, kind of tricky, but just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. Hopefully you guys were able to spot the actual correct agenda here, which was the stock getting dumped into and turning into a short rather than staying long despite it being over pre-market highs. Again, this is why tape reading is so critical. If you look at the chart would have told you that it was a long. But if you look at the tape, man, it was clear as day, man. They were dumping into this thing. So that's the key here. Tape reading definitely was the thing that told me that this thing was a clear short. Top tick in there, essentially, off of that 15 top. So I made back $5,200 going short, and it's small size too. So hopefully you guys saw that all on the tape. There's no way you could have seen that pre-market high defend, ripping to new highs. The tape told a completely different story, man. If you understand how, you know, how they were just trapping people, creating artificial volume and dumping in the move, it was clear as day. So hopefully you guys we're on the same page there. Just had a couple polls out there regarding this action. Looks like most people are voting yes. You guys don't understand it, feel free to DM me. I'll explain it to you guys. And again, attend the webinar this Sunday, and we'll find some more examples on this. So continue to short on pops. CTRV, a lot of meat on this one. The next support down below, like I said, is at 50 on a 1060s, 1050 crack. Daily chart looking like a nasty wick. RWOK now down to the 5s. Yeah, I really wish they had RWOK locates for a lot less than 12 cents a share, man. I would have taken it. Shy of holding RWOK overnight, man. How much was it cost to hold that thing overnight, man? It must be pretty expensive to hold RWOK overnight, I would imagine. With the locate fee being so high. Oh, really? 0. That's awesome, man. All right, resumption. Watch the upside halt now. Upside halt's at 1147. My halt to the upside. Let's see, careful. There we go, upside halt. I'm not going to mess with it here. Let it halt and resume and see when you get a short at 12. Look at the volume that's trading that caused this halt too. 70,000 shares trading on this candle. And it's halting. Kingsman trader. For the first time I saw a stall manipulation on CTRV level 2, clear as day. Good call. Glad I helped you, man. INSY ripping. INSY, slightly thicker stock. Another stock with SSR, of course, not surprising. halted at the moment. Huge gap fill all the way up to $3. What the heck? 150 here is the final resistance. This one can really take off if it really wants to. If it can hold that 150 area, gap fills at $3.30. All right, let's see what we got. Resumption on INSY should resume here in about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. CTRV should resume in about the same time, about 20 seconds actually. Not sure if I'm going to trade INSY. It's a $1 stock. But a break and hold over 150 could get really interesting. Like I said, the gap fills at 330. So it could really take off. Looking for a short on CTRV on the resumption again towards $12 VWAP area. RWOK, man, negative 21%. All right, so resume here on CTRV in about should we get a pop on it? No volume anymore. There's the resumption on INSY. 150. Watch that 150 area. Like I said, that's the critical breakout point. Filled a couple short on CTRV here in the 11s, but can't get any size on it because there's no volume. 145. Watch that 150. It fails 150. And it's probably going to go back down. Needs to get over 150. There you go, 160. Now it has breathing room. Chat guy chasing INSY. Doing this good old get into the halt thing. So I would love for washout toward 150. Wow, look at RWLK 550. See, we got a better bounce on CTRV. Filled a couple short there at 1180, looks like. Resumption on INSY should be at 1019.47. There's the cover there on CTRV. Covered some there at 1130. Fills, man, are really awful on this one now. We're getting really bad with the low volume. 2 minutes, about 2 minutes to go to resumption on INSY. A couple of shares that didn't fill on CTRV. Let's see if we get one bigger wash. There we go. All right, covering it there. 1077. Now up $4,400 on the day on CTRV. Pretty good a week so far, huh? I started with only a 30K account. I'm up like 15 grand on it. So I've made 50% return on four days this week. It's a pretty good return given this fact of the summer. All right, so INSY should resume here in about a minute, 50 seconds. 50 seconds to go. You guys saw these trades here on live on MadazMoney, man. A lot of people there, a lot of non-believers, a bunch of hate. Social media, don't believe me. You guys hear it every single day. I'm live on the mic talking about my thoughts, talking about my trades. You guys see it here every day, man. I've been doing this since what, December now? Those of you guys have been here since day one. You guys were around when I made, my 200K months. You guys, you guys know what I'm about. You guys know. You guys know I keep it real. All right, should resume here in about a minute. I mean 10 seconds. 10 seconds on INSY. Yes, I do use margin. Looking for a washout to 150. Let's see if we got a dip. We don't like to see a wick back though. Let's see. Tried to fill some there at 70, didn't get any. Saw that stall. Chat guy's chasing it. I filled like 1,200 shares at 67 long on INSY. We'll leave some room to add to 150. Problem with this is there is an air pocket to 330, obviously. Obviously, it's going to run into some resistance before that. Let's be real. It's not going to just go to 330 without hitting a wall. But I'm long here, 1,200 shares. Nothing crazy. Stalling out already. With this kind of size, I can kind of hold it a little bit. Don't like that red volume, so I might just get rid of it on next pop here in the 70s for some peanuts. A lot of red volume came through there on that 190 high. Yep, not surprised. Chat guy just dumped it. I added a couple there at 59. Got my average down to 63. Just going to dump it on next pop. I just don't like the stall. Red volume was a tell there. So it's staying small. Not really, only down like 100, so it's not a big deal. You see that 1 million share dump on that high day push. See if we get at least some sort of bounce. Kind of didn't trust the stock, the $1 stocks. Bound to run into some resistance before hitting that $3 mark. So it stayed small. CTRV easy trades are over now. It's kind of just in range now. Now you got the walls on INSY. One more final ad there against that 150. If it doesn't work, it's going to bail it. Got my average down to 158. This thing still can't get a bounce. Walls everywhere on INSY. All right, see here. If it doesn't get over 150, it's going to bail in. Shares and go short. Crazy, not even bouncing at all. Yeah, I can't get a bounce that's short. No S with the SSR. I don't know how the fills are going to be. Probably not going to be good. Now there's a wall at 50. Yeah, walls everywhere on this one. Walls, walls, walls on INSY. CTRV looking kind of squeezy here. I think I might do something. Unfortunately, didn't get filled to bail out the long yet. Still no bounce on INSY. Now I probably have to whack this thing to get out now. Totally turning it up. Can't get a bounce that's short either, which is disappointing. Watch that 12 VWAP area on CTRV. It looks like it might be able to catch some shorts. I don't know. Wow, look at INSY. Ouch. Kind of waiting for a bounce to get out, but that should cause me to lose a lot more. That is incredible, man. Kind of made a mistake here on INSY. Kind of waiting too long, waiting for a bounce to sell into it. It just never came. So it's taking a bigger loss there than I should have. Walls everywhere on this stock, man. Just got to whack out at this point. Can't get a bounce to short either. Watch out on CTRV. This thing might do. There's finally a bounce. See if I can get out here on this bounce. Got a couple. Out most of it. A couple didn't fill. God, the fills are awful on this thing. Waiting for CTRV to set up here. Let's see if we can get a nice play on that one. It's kind of stalling out here at 12. Out of most of INSY. Filled a couple short on CTRV there, just in case. Man, INSY, no pop to shorten. That sucks. So officially all out of INSY. I took a should have lost about 2,900 bucks. Kind of stupid. Waiting for a pop to sell into, and it never came, and it just kept going down. So I gave back a chunk of my day there. That was kind of dumb. But I was able to sell at least on that pop. Got to fill a good amount at 134. See, we got a pop on INSY to short though. I mean, yeah, INSY. Let's see, we got a pop to short. Here's a little bit of a bounce. Shorted a couple here and just a little micro bounce toward 130. Just took a star there at 133. We'd love to see this thing bounce to 150 though. Volume dropping off on INSY now. So I took a starter short there, 133. Let's see where this goes. Love to see it go to 150. That's the plan, to get really some size on it. That dump was brutal, man. It went from 190 down to... Stock did run from 76 cents. All right, there we go. On INSY, should get this working here. Still short. Looking for a flush down toward 120. See if it continues its relentless dumping here. So holding here for basically another relative low here. That's support at 120. Looking for that to crack. We'll probably cover into that. Should get back most of the losses if that were to happen. Leaving some room again for a push toward 150 in case it does that. What a turd stock though. But flipping the biases to short here, let's see, we get that 120 flush that I'm looking for. There we go. 120 test coming up. Let's get that flush. This thing just would not bounce earlier. It was insane, man. CTRV, still short that as well from 1170. So looking for a flush back down to the 10s, probably to take that as well. $11.75 actually is my average on CTRV to be exact. Still looking for that 120 flush on INSY. Seems kind of heavy. There we go. Boom. Covering some there at 18. INSY. Covering most there at 18. Basically recovering like 99% of the losses on that long. The only thing I didn't fill was 3,000 shares there. It's all good. So covering most there at 18. I think should probably free fall though, to be honest, the way it's trading. All right, let's see if we get a pop on INSY, re-hit short. Just a couple of bid props there. 60,000 shares at 21. So I saw 3,000 shares that didn't fill. I locked in already most of my. Recovered about 80% of the losses so far. Don't have any size left, so it should be fine the rest of the way here. Still short CTRV. Might take off some just to reduce size though. So INSY, if it pops back, I'll re-add. If not, I'll just hold it for a bigger move down to maybe 110 or so. Hopefully it pops so we get one more scalp out of it. That's what I'm looking for. Let's get that 10 flush. Covered some there on this 11 test on CTRV. See if I can hold the rest for a 10 flush. Not to just take it off, honestly. There we go. All right, gonna take the profits there. CTRV, bam! I'm up 7,400 bucks on just CTRV. Let's see if we can lock in the rest of INSY here. Overall, I'm not up 7,400 bucks because I did take a loss on CTRV on the long side and a loss on. So overall, I'm up 5,300 bucks, but on just the CTRV short, I'm up 7,400 bucks. Just want to make that clear. But I should be up another couple bucks here on the INSY short. Just looking to see whether or not to just take it off or add here on the next pop. I'm thinking we can get one more pop, get an add. So all out CTRV, I think it's just going to be a chop fest from this point on. Nice trade though. That one was a 75 to basically $11. So 75 cents. Here we go. We're starting this pop here on INSY. Let's get a good bounce on. Let's get a bounce to like, yeah, there we go. 130. Let's see. Want to get 130 there. I didn't get any. It didn't print enough shares. Let's get a pop though. Love a panic pop for a 130. CTRV looking toast now. Volume now too low to really to get back in. It's even lower than before. So we're gonna wind things down. It's already 10:45. Wow, time just flies. Didn't even notice that. Didn't even know that time flew this far. All right, chat guy looks like he's done, so probably the end of chat pumps for the day. So I'm just probably going to cover this INSI watch to probably the end of it for me. I was hoping for a pop at least to 130 something, but we didn't get it. Try to put an order up for 130, no fill. So I got like 3,000 shares. I'm going to see if I can get a big flush toward the 110 area and then probably just walk away here. Big beta, 84,000 shares at 122. Let's see if he does anything there to the stock. So overall, pretty good morning. Just made that one little boneheaded move, just waiting for the drop. I mean, the bounce on INSY, it cost me almost 3,000 bucks, but was able to recover on the short. Dumped it all on that little micro bounce before. It was pretty clear that I wouldn't get anywhere near 150. So should have stopped out at 150 for sure on INSY. That was stupid. Sometimes it gets a little bit tricky when the stock's kind of free falling like that and kind of waiting for a bounce to get out. You don't want to chase the sell. Sometimes it can get you. Well, they'll flip biases and make most of it back, thankfully. Still in a couple. Let's see if we still get that flush and then call it morning. See if that 84,000 bidder gets whacked. All right, guys, so we're approaching 11 o'clock. Not really seeing short 3,000 some odd shares of INSY. Average is 132, so I'm in the green. Just waiting for a bigger move. So earlier I covered most of it at 118. Just didn't fill the 3,000 shares. So just holding to see if we get a bigger move. If not, I might just take it off. Up like 280 bucks or so here. But pretty good morning overall. Did take a couple hits. 3 losing trades. Not sure how many winning trades there were, but overall I'm up 5,300 bucks. 40 tickets, so I'm going to give or take, maybe I took about 13, 14, 15 trades or so. So about let's just say about 12 wins, 3 losses, 5,300 bucks up. Biggest win, CTRV short, basically reading the heavy selling into every single pop. Biggest loss obviously being the INSY kind of holding and hoping for a bounce to sell into, which is pretty dumb. I should have only lost maybe like a grand on that instead of $2,900, but you know, whatever. Not perfect. But overall, it's been a crazy week, man. Crazy week. I was expecting this week, coming into this week, to make like $500 a day, especially coming off of last week. I was thinking maybe I need a couple of days to get into the groove, but the market, you know, surprisingly offered a nice couple days, especially on Monday and Tuesday. We got some pretty clean plays. Yeah, GNCA and CTRM on Monday and Tuesday. RWOK yesterday, no, not so much. You know, I did give that nice little crack, line in the sand crack midday, which offered some nice opportunities. Today, CTRV, we were able to read that top and not fall for the long trap, which was good, contributing to the nice day today. But overall, man, really good week. 4 days so far. 4 green days out of 4. Going on an all green week. Again, up like 15 grand on a 30K account. So really, really happy with those results, especially with the expectation, thinking that I was only going to make $500 a day this week. You know, you never know, man. The market sometimes feeling charitable. WKHS kind of grinding to new highs here. Not interested, but you know, some of you guys like trading that stuff, so I just want to point that out. WKHS grinding new highs. CTRV still holding that support level. Support level is 1050 again. 1050 line below 1050. You know, it can make a beeline toward 850. Below that, that's the next support level from a pre-market. Volume now is basically next to nothing. 1054, 1057 candles, both trading on like 9,000 shares. That's insane. RWOK, another stock that could have been a really nice play. I know Shia nailed it. Shia held it overnight, not even paying locate fees. That's pretty sick. But man, what a move. 720 down to 550. Wish the locates were a little bit cheaper. I probably would have played this one. They were 12 cents a share. I was already paying 12 cents a share on CTRV, so I didn't want to overspend on locates. See if we can finally get that bounce on INSY. Love to see this thing bounce to VWAP. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get this bounce going on INSY. Ideally, the VWAP, maybe to 150. That would be a dream if it can get there. Nope, looking like it's stalling out a little bit. Hopefully it caught a couple of short slamming lows. Get a bigger push, but it's kind of stalling out, man. LJPC on scan looks like a thicker stock. Pretty nice move. LJPC going from 5 to 8, picking up volume around the $7 area. Resistance around 860. I filled a couple of shares there. Couple of shares, didn't get a full fill on that 132, whatever it was on INSY. ALJPC still going up a little bit more. Again, watch that resistance, 860 up to about $9. Should expect some selling in that area, I would imagine, especially after this overextended move. It is easy to borrow from me, but I'm not going to be shorting front side. Not at this hour. See if we can get a 120 wash, and I'll probably take it off here, INS. Again, the original target was to get to 110, but at this point, I'm running out of patience. It is 11 o'clock. CTRV probably is going to bleed out at some point. I feel like it just can't sustain a move over 12, which is what it needs to really get going again. And with SSR, you're not going to be able to pull off the bid slam and bobby here, unfortunately, on CTRV when it does crack 1050. Nice green candle on LJPC. Again, watch that resistance, 860. Pretty good opportunity there off that 8 wash. Probably could have taken it. There's the resistance coming up. Watch this 860 to $9 area. Halt levels at 886. 886 current halt level on LJPC. Let's see. So attempting to halt here, LJPC. Fake halt. Halt bands move to 903. Yeah, it could be a scalp short here. But I really don't want to take a front side short at this time of day to ruin my day. You could scalp it here, maybe. Watch careful over 9 though, because over 9 the next resistance is like 1080, so it could really skip up if it can go over 9. Let's see, 9 test here, let's see. Call levels at 914, careful. Might halt here. Big bid on INSY getting tested. Halt levels now 926 on that fake halt at 914. Now they're doing this little game. Careful with that. Big bid getting whacked on INSY. So they're doing the skip up halt thing. It's not something you want to see here. I'm not going to touch this. They're playing these games. Let's see. Fake halt again. Here's a drop on INSY. Let's see if we can get a sustained move below 120. I think there's just, I'm not going to long LJPC because there's just too much of an air pocket to 780. That's why I'm not logging it. I don't want to get dumped here this time of day. All right, all covered INSY there, 1, 2. So all covered. So officially all cash now. INSY up $3,600 on the short overall after losing 29. Made back all my losses on the short and then some. So officially green on both the names I've traded today, CTRV and INSY. Covering there 117, 132 was the entry. LJPC, man, this is crazy. This is getting dangerous. Next resistance is at 1080. So again, if you were short from that 9, you got to stop because this thing can really... Not really liking this because of the way they're just doing this halt stuff. They're doing this stutter halt kind of fake halt kind of thing. I don't want to get involved in that. 981 is the current halt levels. We've seen it. They do this fake halt and they drop at $1. It can happen. Not something you want to see here. So they're kind of abusing the halts to manipulate the stock at the moment. And again, from a technical standpoint, there's just too big of an air pocket. I mean, there's been 3 big green candles on the 3-minute chart off of that 784 breakout level, 785. So there's a huge air pocket. This thing can easily drop $1 if you're long. Halt levels on the downside at 817, so it could very well drop. I'm not touching this LJPC still. Just too risky. $10 now. 10.08 the halt level. And guys, if you were shorting off that 9, I'm telling you, the next resistance is at 1080. You can't risk this, man. Easy to borrow too, so everyone's probably piling on. So yeah, just explain to you guys my thoughts on LJPC. There's too many games on it, too many fake halts, too much of an air pocket. It's a long, obviously, but too much of an air pocket. Halt levels at 850 currently on the downside, 1038 on the upside. Just don't feel like getting dumped $1 here. I'm up good on the day. I really don't need to risk it. There are some dip buying opportunities. I do see them. I can read the tape and read the stalls, but just don't really want to risk getting dumped here because it just seems like they are manipulating the stock. You just know something stupid's going to happen at some point. Hate to give back even like $1,000 off of 1,000 shares here. So the last time LJPC had any good volume was on January the 7th and 8th, looks like. January 7th, the high was $10, so that's probably where that resistance comes from. 6.6 million shares traded on January the 7th, 2019. That high of day of that candle was $10. So that's where that resistance coming into play. 6.6 million shares traded. They only 4.7 today. So theoretically, those bag holders still could be affecting the action here. That's why it's stalling out. And then the next resistance above that is around 1070, 1080, rather 1065. In any case, this stock broke out at 780 area. I never gave a watch. There was never really an entry, a safe entry for a long on this stock for me anyways. No, I'm not going to long this. You can kind of see it's just chopping around now. It doesn't look like it's an easy long at this point. Dancing around, it's chopping around. It's not doing that, springboard rubber band action now that we want. And again, the time of day is affecting my decision as well because I don't want to, take a trade around 11 o'clock where usually there's more likely to have some sort of shenanigans. And the stock with such an air pocket of 780 and the halt level is currently at 867. Just don't want to risk it. Yeah. Scalper pointing out LJPC has a high institutional ownership. And that definitely factors into decision making as well. No doubt this is a good move, but it just never gave a good washout. Perfect washout would have been a breakout and then a dip to never happened, so I couldn't really take that trade. Miko, man, if you're not having a good day, man, just take a break, man. You don't want to go on tilt and make it worse, CTRV curling up, getting to a nonsense hour. So it looks like LJP support. Still kind of range bound here though. See if we get a 12 pop on CTRV. INSY, there's the low 110s. So covered maybe about 5 cents too early maybe here, but whatever. Volume's getting really low on that. See if we get that 12 pop. I would take a stab at CTRV short if it can get to 1250. Obviously a substantially lower size, but let's see if we can get one more scalp out of it. LJPC, man, not sure what it's doing here. It's just kind of just hanging out. 920 to 10, so it's in this little range. Looks like CTRV not able to make it there over 12. Still waiting though. Again, LJPC next level, 1080 off of that 10 hive day. 1059, the current halt level on LJPC downside 87. INSY should probably bleed now down to $1. Obviously not going to chase at this point. All right, here comes LJPC. Watch the fake out though. Here comes the INSY move toward $1. So you guys are still holding that short. Congrats. I don't know why I keep saying 1080. The actual high is 1065. So resistance 1065. Next resistance. Next resistance above that would probably be around $13 to $14. So let's see. So again, looking like kind of sketchy here. It's not cleanly breaking over. Still just hanging around, man. Not sure I want to take a trade on this at all. It's just kind of not cleanly ripping uncontrollably. We haven't really had any stocks ripping uncontrollably in a while. At least cleanly. Look at that. Off of that little perk over high of day and just dropping 70 cents. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to pass on this one, LJPC. It doesn't fit my criteria. It doesn't seem like a clean, easy read of a stock. I mean, it did defend that 920 area, so theoretically you could have taken that trade, but I just did not want to get dumped. Just wanted to stay safe here. Maybe it could have just went in with 500 shares, who knows, but ultimately decided not to do it. The best trade, again, would have been a washout to 780 after 11 o'clock Eastern, but it just didn't happen. It just went up, straight up from 780 all the way up to $10 without really any much of a dip. Yeah, scalper saying not easy, short or long. It just basically rips, and then it just goes sideways and chops around for a little bit, and then you don't know which way it's going to go. Flip a coin. But obviously, the longs have the advantage here. The longs definitely have the advantage, but we've seen these stocks just drop like $1 out of left field, so that's why it's just not safe. 1060 here, the 65, 1065 resistance test. Let's see. Look at that, tick to a T. 1065 is the high. So 1065 the high of day. 1065 was exactly the high of day. January the 4th, it looks like. So that was the resistance that we kept mentioning. Next resistance above this will be around $13 or $14. So some resistance also around 12. So far we've seen a wick back right at 1065 on the dot on LJPC. Over 12 now on CTRV. Yeah, big bid. See if that pops the stock a little bit. Nope, bid either got whacked or got pulled. Kind of curious to see if this is the top on LJPC. Trade it because it is still technically front side. But it's a good place for a top. I filled a couple short there on CTRV in the 12s. I only have 250 shares, nothing crazy. Probably gonna be my last trade here. I don't really see anything else. LJPC could be a short. Again, against that 10, it's looking like it's going to reject. If you want to take that trade, you could. But I don't really want to trade front side. Technically, it's still front side. Needs to crack 920 to maybe start the backside. That would be the line in the sand area. All right, volume on LJPC now. Drop last two candles. So we need to rip new highs essentially. It's trying here. Let's just see what it does here. If it can't get over 1065, it's going to have to do it on more volume than this. All right, see if we get a quick yank here. CTRV. It's getting a little bit too forward. Just wait. Kind of hoping and waiting to see if freaking LJPC would do something for us. There we go. Covered CTRV. Got the Benjamin there, and then change some change on top of that. 100 something bucks. LJPC, just kind of waiting to see it would actually give us something easy, but man, it just doesn't look like it. It's becoming an eyesore, to be honest. I'll give it maybe like 1 minute here, see if we can bust through highs, but it's not going to do that in this kind of volume. So officially all cash at the moment. Covering there. I only had 250 shares of CTRV in the 12s. Covering it there. I got like 60 cents out of it. Something like that. See if LJPC can get a spike in volume to go over high. Obviously over this 1065 area, it has a lot of room. 12, 13, and $14. But if the volume stays this low, I just don't think it has enough juice. Yeah. I don't have the guts to really short this either because it's still front side. Don't want to ruin the day. So those of you guys got guts to short this thing, kudos to you. Not going to short this front side. But it looks like there's not enough volume. Look at that. Wow, look at that death drop on CTRV. Halt to bands right there at 1057. It might halt. Wow. Holy smokes. So left about 200 some odd bucks on the table there. That's crazy. VWAP reject and slam right down to support. Wow. Another one bites the dust. Pretty much crossed that one off the list for potential late day shenanigans if this thing just dies out. It looks like one too many stuffs there. The second stuff at VWAP. Yeah, 1050 below that. Free fall down to 850. LJPC looks like it might bleed out as well. All right, guys. So 11:42, volume getting kind of stuff, but I need to hit the hay for a couple hours. Pretty good morning. Gonna finish the day, finish the morning here up $6,600. Couple hours worth of work. I'll take it. Micah Yo is gonna take over the mic here shortly. So I want to say Micah Yo has been doing a pretty amazing job, guys. Whenever you guys get a chance, send him a DM, show him some. He's been, hanging out after hours, having some really conversations with our members. Sharing his thoughts and all that. So, once you got a second, just give Micah a little quick shout out. Give him some love via DMs. A lot of hard workers, man. We got a great team here at MadazMoney, man. When you guys join MadazMoney, you get to join not only an awesome community, a big, real good family here, supportive, positive vibes, but you got a really solid team here backing you guys up, man. Not just myself, but of course Micah, Rob, Lucas, who is currently on vacation right now in Egypt, soaking up, man. Well deserved. He's been working his ass off as well. You guys seen the videos he's been putting out, really high quality, fundamental stuff. And of course Anthony, who's been with us now for a month, sharing his thoughts as well, answering DMs and helping out all you guys. So we got a really good team here. So you guys are definitely in good hands, man. All right, guys, gonna walk away here. I'll be back in the scalps left on the day, especially on a CTRV 1050 crack. Like I said, maybe a a move toward 850s and north. That's still $2 worth of meat there. LJPC, again, line of sand currently is at 920, a crack at 920. Probably sends it back down to 780. So there's some meat on that as well. A lot of potential. But we might need to consolidate a little bit before we get that move. So going to step away for a little bit, let Micah take over. He's got some awesome awesome things to share with you guys. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll be back in a couple hours.